We do plan, but I think what we hopefully can do with you guys is support you in actually to do that, is to look at all the little tiny things, because once you add up, basically coming out of 2000 Olympics, we knew physically we couldn't do any more training. You know, we were doing those 50 hours a week, and your body starts breaking down, and you can't really do that ongoing. So Dave sat down and looked at it. What else can we do? And one thing the guys have got very good at the team is actually getting, as I said, in the right place at the right time. I live in Mansfield, and I know Rebecca quite well. And actually, you ask her hand on heart, does she know she got it right at the right place and right time? And she'd probably say no, because it is a bit of a fluke getting it at the right place at the right time. But that's what British Cycling have been able to do. They've been able to make sure that person, and it's very individual. And hopefully that's what we can the model we can give you guys, is to get that, so you're looking at all the little tiny things that make the difference to be successful.
I'll stick my two pence in here. We're really squeamish in this country about sort of success and planning for it, and we're not sort of massively turned up all this sort of American, millionaire lifestyle stuff. But what Bryan manages to do, to me, is sort of do a very English version of planning for success. It's very modest, and it's very sort of grounded, but every meeting we've ever had, we plan for half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour. He's there 3 hours later, because it's just fascinating company, and it's just a great guy to sort of spend time with. And I really sort of challenge you, I defy you not to spend a day or two with Bryan, understanding kind of what he's been through in sort of planning and
stalkers now.
and trying to put that into your business and not make some progress on some level.
It's like, I go into schools, 4 years ago, who wants to be at the Olympics of 2012? Oh yeah, we're going to... In reality, that's never going to happen. It can inspire young children, yes, but you have to say now, or you have to be in the system. You would have to say in 2004 to be in the system for 2012. That's 8 years. Now, you may think 8 years is a long time. It's not. I know between 2000 and 2004, it went like that. It just went like that. And I think that's the easy thing you can slip into, is if you don't plan, set goals, and you know which direction you're moving in. It doesn't have to be a straight direction. It doesn't matter if you come backwards. But let's get a road established, and let's get on that road. And we may have to jump off, we may have to jump on, but let's get a road, and let's move in that attitude. If somebody's got those Olympic medals, are still going to be won by one person, aren't they? So why is it not you? And I think we did a great exercise at the start of 2003 as a team. We sat down and we had 2 bits of paper, and we wrote down why we love what we do and why we hate, because we hate it sometimes. On that snowy day when the coaches told you still, even though it's snowing, he's cut your training down from 5 hours to 3 hours, you still have to go out and do 3 hours. But they always told us, actually, when you're having a bad day, hold up the stuff while you love your sport. When you're having a good day, more importantly, hold up the stuff while you hate it, to inspire you. A big thing hopefully I can help you guys with, and really helped us, is why we're doing it. Why am I out there still doing 3 hours in the snow? Because a lot of the young athletes we've worked with, if they don't know why, quite quickly you're sat in front of the top fire with a cup of tea, tumbling down. But if you start breaking it down to those small chunks, let's get today and this week and next month done, then it all follows on, and before you know it, you have got success without even thinking about it, really. Yeah. Well, what we used to do is, some days I used to do 7 hours, and you can probably imagine, I don't know, that's a day's work for you guys. You can imagine getting on your bike at 9 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 4. Now, I was sort of lived in Nottingham, I lived in Rugby for a while. There's not many other people in this world who want to do that. More importantly, I knew why I was doing it, and I wasn't very keen either. But I used to have a series of friends and training partners, and actually meet them during the day. So I'd meet a mate of mine called Trevor, nicknamed Trevor the Porn Star for certain reasons. And
moustache?
Yes. You like tight-fitting clothing. But Trevor was just he's about 50 years old guy. He used to like going out for a potter, have a chat. It's great stories. So I used to meet him for the first 2 hours. I didn't really want to press on for those first 2 hours, so I'd meet him, and when he's tired, he used to go home. I used to always make sure this guy called Rodney, he wasn't a very good cyclist actually, but for 1 hour he was fantastic. Unfortunately, most races are over an hour, road races. So I used to always meet him for my last hour, because I know that he'd give me a real drilling, especially when he'd done 5 hours. And in some periods of the day I'd be an hour on my own, but that's about planning. It's actually, okay, Trevor, I'm going to be there at 9 o'clock. Rodney, I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock. Such and such, I'm going to be there. And I used to meet all these training partners I used to go around. But that's obviously planning, knowing where you're going to go in the day and how you're going to do it, and meeting people on street corners. Goes back to Trevor the porn star again, but yeah, at the right time, at the right place. It's about being dedicated and fitting round what suits you. Obviously, my model's probably not going to fit all of you guys, but it's being able to look at it and fit it in, and how flexible it is towards you.
It's now on the books. It's now officially a 10-credit part of the UCPD programme. We're pushing on to turn what we're doing into a foundation degree and a degree, so it's going to form probably a core component of the degree that we're sort of working on. And we've got our first course dates ready for June, and for that you can spend 3 days planning your career with an Olympic athlete. All three days of the course may not be all for you guys, but if you can just take one thing, that light bulb moment that's actually going to make you go the next level with your business, or put your business in the thing, that's job done for me. If you can sit there for 3 days and have me spiel about cycling for 3 days, but you get that one thing or two things, or I don't know, 3 or 4 things, then it's job done, isn't it, really? All we're trying to do is make you guys take your business to the next level. I'd say yes and no. I always say, especially with my Olympic medals, it wasn't just me, it wasn't just those 4 guys. There was sort of, I think I was with a school once and we worked out that 78 people part of that Olympic medal. Some of the work we're going to do on this course is actually making sure you get your team around you and the right people. Yeah. Yeah, well, not negativity, you can be negative, but if you know why they're there and there for a reason, then obviously they're going to support you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.